If you guys don't know, I'm 19, and in my 19 years of existence, I've gained a lot of wisdom, right? I've gained a lot of wisdom. So in today's podcast, I'm gonna be your big brother Linus, right? And I'm gonna discuss a lot of wisdom, life lessons. So let's get started. That was that wasn't my best intro ever. But for those of you who are new, we have a little tradition on this podcast wherein we read one of my poems, and today's poem is called Tunnel Vision. It goes like this. If you are jealous of someone, ask yourself, apart from the gifts they are receiving, do I want to receive their curses too? Am I willing to endure the sacrifices needed to also acquire this gift? Or do I just want this highlight of their life and this success alone? It's a really nice poem, and we're gonna touch on to that later. We're gonna come back to that later. But how are you guys doing? How are you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing great. Before I recorded this podcast, I was literally like, I am so done. I am so fed up with me complaining about how tired I am. Each time I record a podcast episode, I was like, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna complain. But here I am. Literally last night, I went to bed at 11, right? And then I was trying to sleep for like an hour and a half. I couldn't. Mind you, I already took a melatonin thing, pill. Still didn't work. For like an hour and a half, I was trying to sleep. Couldn't. I ended up going on my laptop anyway from like 12:30 to like 5 a.m. And then I got out of bed around 12:30. So that's that. You know, the reason why I couldn't sleep last night, even though I really wanted to, is because I keep on thinking about stuff that I need to work on. Like, that's just how my mind works whenever... I've talked about this in the podcast in the past, but the way my mind works is that when I need to do something, my brain just becomes restless. And it will just urge me to keep on working on it, even though that entails like no sleep, no rest, you know? It's just not good. It's just not good, and I really need to work on that. Cuz I'm really not a procrastinator. When I need to do something, I will do it. I will do it. Like, I will not stop. Oh, I know on the last episode I was like complaining about how cold it is, but luckily yesterday our windows are not frozen shut anymore. Like the ice just kind of fell off. I don't know. Like the ice just kind of fell off or something. It just kind of melted. So that's good. I'm really grateful for that. Anyway, let's get into these life lessons, all right? Let's get into these life lessons. So the first life lesson we have is I realize that we get what we want and need in a time that is suited for those wants and needs. I'll elaborate. We always want so many things in our lives, right? Or sometimes we think like we need this and that in our lives, right? Like, for example, you're like, oh, I need some new headphones, right? I need some new noise canceling headphones. Maybe the universe is not giving it to you because you just don't need it right now. You know? You just don't need it right now. Maybe in this point in your life, your mission is to listen more, like listen more to the people around you, appreciate the birds chirping, appreciate the crunchy leaves of autumn, stuff like that. Do you get what I mean? It's like, I hope that is making sense, but I'm gonna elaborate further, alright? Like, I'm gonna use this metaphor of a spy. Think of yourself as a spy, like a secret agent of sorts, like 007, right? And then you're on a mission. And then let's say your mission is to infiltrate a high rise building, right? Like Mission Impossible Tom Cruise style. You wouldn't need like a scuba diving gear, right? Because that's not what the mission requires. Like, you will not benefit from a scuba diving gear if your mission right now is to infiltrate a high rise building, right? So, going back to the example that I was talking about earlier, like, if your mission right now in life is to appreciate more natural sounds, to stop shutting people off, then you don't need the AirPods, you don't need the headphones, right? So yeah, and I feel like that also applies to bigger things in life, like, oh, I want a car. Maybe you don't need a car right now. Maybe your money should be spent on college education and not transportation. Bars. Right? You get what I mean, right? You get what I mean. So that's lesson number 1 that I learned is we get what we want and need in a time that is suited for those wants and needs. Like, it's gonna come to you, babes. Just chill, just chillax a bit. Our second wisdom, life lesson thing is our poem. We're gonna go back to our poem, like I said earlier. So the poem is called Tunnel Vision, and I wrote this at a time wherein I was just alone, I guess. Like, I was just alone in my own thoughts. It was summer, I remembered, and then I was just writing a lot of like poems about wisdom and like the things I've learned through mistakes and hardships. So the poem, if you listen to it carefully earlier, it was talking about jealousy, right? It was talking about jealousy. Don't be jealous, don't be jealous of someone, because that'll just destroy you from the inside. This is literally speaking from experience. Like, it will just destroy you from the inside. Most of the time, usually, like, when people say like, oh, I'm going to Australia, oh, I'm gonna have a trip to Europe, they usually don't even happen. You just got jealous for no reason at all. But anyway, the gist of the poem was basically like, when you're jealous, you only see the good shit part. You just see like the good part, right? The great part even. So for example, like if someone gets a car, right? Oh wow, the car is so flashy. The car feels and smells new, right? It's so good. And then you're like, oh, I'm so jealous. I also want that. Really? Like, really ask yourself, do you really want that? Because this car is not just a car. This is the result of countless days of hard work. Countless days of waking up early and them working for 8 hours straight, 5 days, 6 days a week. This is what this car is. Sometimes we just see like the tip of the iceberg, right? We don't realize the things they had to suffer from, the things they had to do you know, the lengths they had to go through just to achieve this thing, right? So I don't know, like I don't even know how I thought of that. Like, bro, I am Gandhi now. I am Gandhi now. Like, I am not kidding. Like, I just thought of it out of nowhere. Maybe because like around that time too, I was like meditating. That's why I had like so much peace of mind. But yeah, like I don't know, I just wrote that poem like out of nowhere. But it changed my perspective, really. It changed my perspective on so many things. Cause like yeah, it's true. It's like we just see the success part, right? Like, oh, she has her bachelor's degree now in psychology. But like what we don't see is the student debt that she has to pay after this. But we don't see the countless months she had to wake up early in the morning and study and then go to school, right? All that stuff. Anywho, the third lesson that I learned from the universe is actually I saw this on TikTok. Oh, by the way, actually, just a quick segue, just a quick transition. I don't know, just a quick side note. A few days ago, I deleted every single one of my social media. And you might be like, oh, you think you're better than us? Like, no, I'm just saying, all right? I'm just saying, because the next lesson is about TikTok. But anyway, I deleted it and then actually I feel fine. Like, at first, I was like about to have panic attacks. Like, I was feeling it in my chest. I was like, what the hell do I do now? But then I just ended up reading books and like I just ended up doing like so many more fun things, you know? And I'm not even missing it. Okay, maybe sometimes I'm missing it. Maybe sometimes when I'm about to sleep and I'm like, I just want to scroll. I just want to see some videos. I just want to watch some videos. Maybe around that time I do miss it. But for the most part, I'm chilling. Like it's been like 4 days, I think. I'm chilling, you know? Going back, going back. The third thing that the universe made me realize is, like I said, this was from TikTok. You know those like sad slideshows on TikTok? And then I was just looking, I was just like reading one of those sad slideshows on TikTok, and then I saw this quote. I saw this quote, and it basically says like, we expect so much from others because we know we would do that much for them. And that just like that was such a hard blow towards my heart because like that's facts, that's true, like, you know what I mean. With that being said, don't settle if love is not being reciprocated, y'all. With that being said, if your love isn't being reciprocated, do not settle. Please do not settle. Because it's like sometimes we get offended, right? When we expect so much from others and then they don't give it back. Because, like, you know, in your heart of hearts that you would do that much for them if the roles were reversed, you know? But it just sucks that they wouldn't do that much for you. Like, I've experienced it in the past wherein, like, I would literally die for the other person. But then, you know, they're kind of like, I'm kind of half in, half out, half cold, half hot. You know, it's like, okay. I don't know. Like, when I read that, I was like, that is so true. Like, maybe that's why I do get offended, right? When they kind of just half-ass the adoration that they're showing. Because, you know, like, you would do that much for them. And like I said, it just sucks that they're not reciprocating the same energy, the same level of love. A fourth one. I was watching this short film. It's called The Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the Horse. Or I think it's like, I don't know. I think that's the chronological order, or maybe I'm wrong. But anyway, it's a short film, an animated short film. And there's this part wherein one of the characters say, I think we all are a little lost sometimes. And I was like, that is comforting to know. You know? It's like that is so comforting to know that other people think that way too. It's like, yeah, like that's true. Like we are all a little lost sometimes. It's like it's okay to accidentally make the wrong decisions. Right? It's okay to sometimes not know what to do next. Right? It's okay to just slow down and like think of the next path to take. That really taught me to like just be gentle with yourself, you know? Be gentle with yourself because we're going through life for the first time. Like me, I'm 19 for the first time. Next year I'm gonna be 20 for the first time. Last year I was 18 for the first time. Right? Everyone is experiencing their first times. We're learning as we go. Right? It's like an on-the-job training. Like we're learning as we go. So it's okay to be a little lost sometimes. Because we're navigating life for the first time. Like, I hope that is making sense, y'all. But piggybacking off of that wisdom, another lesson is we made the best decisions in the past with the information and circumstances circumstances and resources we had at the time. I'm actually having a hard time saying that word, but yeah, there are those times wherein we are so hard on ourselves, right? Because of our past decisions. It's like, why did I even buy this? It was such a waste of money. Now I don't have any money. Or like, why did I even help that friend? She ended up being a snake anyway. It's like sometimes we just need to remind ourselves that we acted on the decision that we think would benefit us the most. With the information that we had, with the limited vision that we had, with the wisdom we had at the time, right? With the level of maturity we had at the time. So you cannot really hold yourself accountable unless you're really like spontaneous and reckless about your decisions. But you cannot just keep on blaming your 9-year-old self for not knowing any better. Because your 9-year-old self made the decision that they did with the maturity level that they had at the time, you know? Like, you cannot hold yourself accountable for that. Stuff like that. So it's like, if you kind of made like a stupid decision back then, maybe be a little gentler to yourself, okay? Because like, yeah, you still made the decision yourself, like no one influenced you, but it's like, you also have to think, right? Like, you weren't seeing the bigger picture while you were doing this, while you were deciding. You didn't know any better how this choice will affect the outcome. You also have to think about the maturity levels or like the mental health state at the time. Maybe you keep on blaming your 12-year-old self that you made this stupid decision back then, but then like you were suffering from stress, like a lot of stress at the time, right? Like no matter how limited our vision was, we still tried to act towards the decision that we thought was going to benefit us the most. And I think that deserves a pat on the shoulder. Okay, last. Our last lesson is, I always stand by this. All right? Make the most out of your life. Like, dye your hair. Go to more concerts. Drink that milkshake. Oh, actually, drink that milkshake and add extra whipped cream on top. Right? If you want, you can even add sprinkles on top. Express your adoration more. Go to more road trips. Like, I know it's so cliche, but life is too short, you know? It's like life is too short. I've talked about this in the podcast. I think the episode is called No Time Wasted, and I talked about how I don't like wasting time and to just make the most out of our daily lives, right? Go check it out after this, but make the most out of your life, dude. Like I've been doing it, like I've been just YOLOing my life for the most part for probably the past 2.5 years, maybe even 3. And each time I look back, it's like, dude, I just have no regrets. Like, it was fun, you know? Like, not to scare you or anything, but like life could end any second. You don't want to be thinking about that, oh, I didn't get the nose piercing that I really wanted. Now I'm on my deathbed. Like, well, now it's too late. Now it's too late to do it. You know what I mean? Like, I have no regrets, dude. I have no regrets. Like, I just keep on thinking about, I just keep on thinking back to the times where I just kind of YOLO'd my way into something, and then it turned out to be like the greatest decision ever, you know? Like, you don't want to have regrets, right? You don't want to have regrets because once the opportunity passes, that's it. Like, once you miss the opportunity, that's it, dude. That's it. And then for the rest of your life, you're just gonna have regrets. Like, oh, why didn't I go to that retreat? Now it's done. Now it's done. Like, you will never have that experience ever again. Ever. Like, I was reading this really nice book by my favorite author, Nicola Yoon. It's called Instructions for Dancing. And it's so good. It's chef's kiss. Chef's kiss. And one of the supporting character, his name is called X. Just X. Like the letter X. He told the main character, Evie, that the time you get is the time you get. Bro, they're literally they're doing a karaoke session downstairs while I'm recording a podcast. Are you serious right now? You guys are loud. You can literally hear them, dude. You can literally hear them. Basically the supporting character X said the time you get is the time you get. And that is so true. Like, that is it, right? Like, sometimes the universe just gives you like a specific amount of time with someone or something or somewhere, and then you have to move on with your life. Whether you savored it or not, like, you have to move on to the next phase of your life. You know, like, oh, I didn't make the most out of our old house. It held so many memories. Well, now it's too late. The opportunity just missed you because you didn't act on it, right? That's it, y'all. That's it. It's getting loud in here, so I need to wrap this up. I hope you guys had a good time. I hope you guys learned something from Big Brother Linus. I hope you guys learned something from Big Brother Linus. See you guys on the next episode. You can still buy my book, A Soul's Quiet Release. I'm gonna link it down below. I poured my heart and soul into that, like I always say. It was the result of so many mental breakdowns. Go buy it, y'all. It's really nice. It's really nice. I put a lot of gimmicks in there. I put a lot of so many fun stuff. Have a good rest of your month. And as always, everything's gonna be alright.